Cars are, like music. Sometimes I want to hear hard rock, I want to hear thrash rock. Sometimes I want to hear piano. My collection and my love of cars is very diverse in that way. I was able to acquire my first car, which was a '69 GTO Judge. And then the love continued based on how much I enjoyed the environment of car shows, the smells, the sounds, the colors. Is very, very visceral and very connective for me. And it reminds me, my father's still around, but makes me think about how much fun we had growing up and going to those car shows.
I think my first impression of Chris Bishop is how excited he is to be doing what he's doing.
Kind of new to the scene, but he really has got a very discerning eye. Pre-war classics, we've got hot rods, customs, Corvettes, muscle cars, pony cars, and even high-performance European exotic as well.
I'm a huge Elvis fan. If you think of a car that Elvis would own, it's the Cadillac.
It cost over $2 million to build this car, so you can imagine the quality of the construction and the incredible features, from the bodywork to the paint to the engine room to the fine details. It's a car that's won the Riddler Award, and if you know anything about custom cars, you know that's the award given at the Detroit Autorama every year.
I like cars that not everybody has. And then I love Nomads too. So when you add the amalgamation of those two wonderfully designed cars into one, and then add a power plant in there that gives you over 1,000 horsepower, that's my kind of thing.
Some of the more impressive collections in the country will usually have a Shelby Mustang. Chris has two of the same year. A couple of 1968 Shelby convertibles, one a GT350 and one, the ultimate, the GT500 KR.
That was the year where Ford Motor Company took it in-house and away from Carroll Shelby. The cars changed personality just a bit. They got a little bit more street-oriented, a little bit more of a grand tour versus a hard-edge car. The entry-level car was the GT350 with the small block, 250 horsepower 302, but always desirable in a convertible with a 4-speed, and that's exactly what Chris has in his collection.
So the GT350 was restored by my company, American Metal Customs, a nut and bolt restoration, 100% passion into it. The detail, the research. It's our job to make sure that the car is done, to the nth degree properly.
Well, one of the very serious Shelbys of all time is the 1 year only 1968 Shelby GT500 KR. That was a mid-year introduction. The big news was the installation of the 428 Cobra Jet, which had already established itself in drag racing and as a high-performance street engine, 428 cubic inches and a 335 horsepower rating. But the actual performance of these cars greatly exceeds those specs. A C6 automatic transmission, always a great choice because the power characteristics of that particular engine are very well suited for that. Not much on the street can keep up with it.
And that car, is truly iconic, very, very low numbered. It is signed by Carroll as well. And I think one of the things I like about that is Carroll only did that if people donated to his charity. I love giving back, so I like that part as well. And then it being convertible, it's something that somebody can really enjoy and push it, really hammer down.
Is this perhaps the ultimate GTO Judge bookends? Could very well be. As we know, 1969 was a debut of the GTO Judge, Pontiac kind of resetting the bar that they started back in 1964. We've got two. We've got a convertible and we've got a hardtop. They're both the same color. They both have black interiors. The convertible is an automatic transmission. The hardtop is a 4-speed. Both are completely documented as authentic and have been treated to high-end restorations.
The hardtop was built from OEM parts and restored by Lee Barnes, and man, did an unbelievable job. That car also won gold at the Muscle Car Nationals, Mecum.
I think people are really going to be aware of the great variety that exists in Chris's collection, because we've got muscle cars, we've got hot rods, and we've got European exotics, which brings up the 2016 Porsche GT3 RS.
Custom ordered and owned by Eddie Van Halen, one of the best rock guitarists of all time. Unfortunately, he's gone now. But part of the legacy is his music, and part of the legacy was him as a hardcore car guy. And he custom ordered this 2016 Porsche to his spec.
So where it normally says 911 or turbo, it has the V8 symbol that lights up. It also still says Eddie's iPhone. The first song that I had to listen to when it arrived was Hot for Teacher. I mean, iconic guitar player. There are a lot of GT3 RSs out there that GT Silver, but there are only one that was owned and tracked by Eddie Van Halen. So that's a very, very special car.
Well, you want to talk about variety? How about 1937 Lincoln Victoria with bodywork by Brune and a V12 engine? This is the first of only 12 that were built, and only 3 are known to exist. It's an award winner.
This particular example is significant that it's got custom coachwork with its design and manufacture of its very special body. It's been restored to a high level, still being powered by that silky smooth V12 engine with a 3-speed manual transmission.
It was the first one to be made, so that's very, very special. It was restored over 5 years, an epically rare car, it being a convertible, but just unbelievable at the pinnacle of design and just beauty.
Chris has a 1967 Corvette convertible, and it has that legendary 427, 435 horsepower L71 engine.
Anytime you turn over a big block car, man, it just gives you chills. I mean, the vibration, the feel, it's true Americana.
Well, we know that the 1970 Ford Mustang Boss 302 is a very special car in its own right, but this particular example, formerly owned by Bill Elliott, NASCAR champion going all the way back to 1988. Unique colors with the blue interior as well, and his signature is even on the rear spoiler. That's going to add a lot to this car. Roadrunner debuted in 1968 and was an instant sensation, budget muscle car, but the 1969 in Chris's collection wasn't such a budget choice because there were 3 engines available, standard 383, an optional 440 6-barrel, but the top of the line Hemi was an expensive and desirable option. It's 426 cubic inches, 425 horsepower. It's the desirable 4-speed transmission, no question for the authenticity of the car, really representing the high point in muscle car era 1.0.
Chris is a lover of custom cars, there's no doubt about it. And the 1955 Pontiac Chieftain in his collection is coming to Indianapolis.
Yeah, the Big Chief. Clearly it has a lot behind the big part, so giant engine.
A 509 cubic inch power plant that's under that big hood. It is a full custom suspension, brakes, interior, exterior done to a very high level. A platform we do not normally see customized.
They didn't hold back, especially with the flames intertwined. That's a very, very fun car to drive.
One of the ultimate achievements for a customizer is to have a car appear in the SEMA show in Las Vegas. And Chris's 1931 Studebaker is such a car with radical modifications to it. It's been lowered, it's been chopped, it has air suspension in it so that the ride height is adjustable, and the engine in it, it's eye candy all the way.
And as a result of the quality and the notoriety of these cars, just the fact that it was invited to attend puts this car up on a pedestal. It's a real opportunity here for somebody that wants a very unique, literally one-of-a-kind custom.
It's outlandish and fun looking and truly a roadster. Yet you can put 4 people in it. Definitely an interesting creation, but also a real one-off. So why am I letting these cars go now? I really want to kind of step up to more Hemi cars and that much more rare cars. And then I'm a driver. I love driving cars. I mean, it's just epic fun.
Chris Bishop has a building full of his own soul. There's a piece of him in every car. Every car has a story that he is so familiar with.
It's a very, very diverse collection of cars. It's like music, it truly is. It's just, how do you want to, have satisfaction? How do you want to get off? How do you want to enjoy? No matter what kind you're looking for, how you want to have fun, there is a car in the collection that you could have fun with your family, have fun with your friends, or if you want to just go out there and just hammer around, there's a car for that as well.